Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to review the Vevor Small Block Chevy heads. This is the part number. And when you order the Vevor heads, the ad shows that you should get this set. But this is the set I got twice. This is the set I wanted. Now they're both a nice set of heads. I mean, they're both quality heads from what I could see. This is a copy of the Speedmaster, or actually the same casting, or it's very similar. The difference between this one and the Speedmaster, I noticed, is Speedmaster doesn't have this cast-in hatch. All right. This is a copy of the Brodix IK 200s. Difference being, obviously, it's made in China. It's also sold under the Summit brand. It's sold under Promaxx. The difference is, I think the Summit brand and the Promaxx have better, probably have American valves and American springs and whatnot. But they both, this has D-port, 64cc chambers. They come with stainless steel valves. That's the IK 200 knockoff. This is the Speedmaster knockoff, or I don't know, maybe it might be the same casting. I never had Speedmaster heads. They're both, move your hands. They both have Vevor part numbers, or serial numbers rather. Vevor serial numbers. Which one do I think is going to make more power ultimately? This one. That's the IK 200 knockoffs. The reason why, if you look at the intake ports, this has raised runner. This is a 1206, Felpro 1206 intake manifold gasket. This is like a 1205. So this is probably going to breathe better. This probably be good on a 350. This would be good like on a 400, maybe a built 350. Or maybe a 383. They both have Vortec. Actually, no, wait a minute. They don't. I just noticed that. This is the only one that has Vortec bolt pattern. This one has the traditional small block Chevy bolt pattern. I just noticed that now. Wow, okay. Learned something new. So this one you can use either Vortec manifold or a regular small block Chevy manifold like that. That's the Edelbrock RPM knockoff that I paid 130 bucks for. Let's take a look at that real quick. This is real nice too. Look how clean the casting is. You don't see much core shift. You don't see too much casting flash. I'm going to port match it, and that's going to go along with it. All right, so let's look at the numbers real quick. I paid $470 a set for these directly from Vevor. Not $470 each, $470 a set. I bought these today for $475. A guy bought them. He could not return them because he was way past the window of return. Never used. $475. All right. They come with guide plates. They come with studs. Same thing. Same studs. Same guide plates. Dual springs. I don't know what the pressure is on these springs. I'm going to change them anyway, so it doesn't make a difference. Let's measure the intake ports so you get an idea of what's what. This is the Speedmaster lookalike head. It's 2-inch by 1.1 maybe. This one's definitely going to flow better because it's bigger. This is 2.1. Where we at? 2.1 by 1.25. So this one definitely should flow better in the intake. This one has turnaround. This one has square exhaust ports. This one has D ports. Okay, let's look at the intake side. Do me a favor, get the flashlight in your camera on your phone so I can look inside the ports. I don't know where my flashlight's at. All right. So let's look at the intake port on the IK 200 knockoffs. Look how nice that is. Clean. A little bit of casting flash. Not bad. Now I'm going to show you where the problem is with this set of heads. Turn on intake side. Now, these are basically like the Pro Comps or the Speedmasters, but they're like an upgraded casting. And they're nice. I mean, for what they cost, who cares? They're just fine. Now, if you look inside there, you're going to see that lump right there? Where my finger's at. That little lump right there. It's hard to do both. That's where the bolt hole goes through, right here. Now, that's definitely going to be an airflow restriction. So that's going to definitely not flow as good as... Show me the intake side of this one, the same spot. Other side. If you notice, this one doesn't have any of that. Any restriction, any bolt hole casting right there. Hard to see. So this one's definitely going to flow better, the IK knockoff. But here's the thing, though. There's a head porter that I've seen on YouTube, and he actually ground this down, and he says it's about a ½ inch thick. So you can actually ground that down and make it actually flow pretty good. He ported the heads. I suppose he's a good head porter. He ported them, and he made them flow pretty well. I mean, for what they cost, what they are. They'll be perfectly fine on a nice small block Chevy. Probably up to maybe a 383 for the street. Now, these are basically the same head that the Promaxx heads are, and the IK 200s. If you go to Brodix website, they put these heads on a 355, and they made 535 horsepower, which is, you know, a stretch. So, also Eric Weingartner, he compared the IK 200s, the actual heads, the real ones made in the United States, compared to the Promaxx 200s, which these are a clone of, or maybe even the same casting. And he sells Brodix heads. He's a very good porter. He's on eBay. Not eBay, rather on YouTube. And he said, I hate to say this, but the Promaxx heads flow better than the original IK 200s. So that's pretty crazy that the knockoffs actually flow better than the originals. So if you're on the fence about buying Vevor heads, look, man, if you just need a set of heads, you can't go wrong. That's the part number right there. They're on eBay. You go to Vevor.com. You can go to Amazon. I believe they sell them on Amazon as well. If you're on the fence about the Chinese RPM intake manifold, there you go. It looks pretty clean, and it's going to work for me. I mean, I'll port match it before I put it on, but it's basically an exact copy of the Edelbrock RPM for probably, I think, a third or half the price. Same thing with these heads. I bought a pair for $470, a pair for $475. In worst case scenario, they're a mile past a 193 head. Anything's better than a factory cast iron, even a factory Vortec, because the Vortec heads, you get them, sometimes they're cracked, sometimes they're not. They only go up to a 480 lift from the factory. Why do all that when you could just buy a set of these for $500 or $600 and put these on there? I mean, you're going to take and lap the valves, make sure they don't leak. If you want to change the valve seals, you can put better valve seals, you can put better springs. I mean, but for the price, you can't beat them. So keep that in mind. All right, guys. Peace. Thanks for watching my video. Check out my other videos.